Sai Ram. Now, we were living very comfortably at Hormao for 23 years. And one day, suddenly, middle of the night, as all the devotees who are in spiritual way and devoted to Swami and listen to what Swami says, will only understand what is a dream, what is a vision, what is a message. Others, please excuse. So, uh, suddenly around 2 to 3 maybe, like Swami came very close to the bed and sat there and told, now get ready for the sale of the property. Remember, I was running a beautiful, lucrative business of dog breeding and dog boarding, from which one part I used to spend for, uh, I won't say it is charity, I will say helping the needy. I will never say that as charity because nobody is a beggar in this world. We are beggars. Because we are going with the begging bowl and asking for God, please give me this Swami, please give me that Swami. Only if you give, your God. If you don't give, you're not God. No, we don't become beggars because you're born here with your karma. So you have to face your karma and only beg to Swami or whichever deity you believe in. Beg to them to give you strength to bear your karmic balance and reach the lotus feet or reach wherever you want to. So anyway, so now uh, so I was little upset that because I've been so happily staying there with such a beautiful house, rustic house. Our house is not at all a posh house, very rustic, spacious, airy, full of plants and trees, and whichever my younger daughter Soumya wanted, we planted there. And I was running a beautiful boarding place for the pets, and the pet parents were all so happy. They used to go for 2 years, 3 years, and I was really very happy. And I told Swami, at last, Swami, you made use of me. I could see. Thing is, um, I cannot do it free of cost because feeding a dog is not a joke, and looking after a dog is not a joke. And mind you, I did all the work myself, not even one single servant. Even today, I don't have a servant. Ever since I got married, came to Bangalore, I was 21. From that day till today, I have no servants. So Swami always says, do your work yourself. So then, it pained me a little bit that, okay, now I have to sell the property, and Swami, where do I go? What do I do next? Because it's the only house. After staying in 7 rented houses, we came to the 8th house. In 23 years, we've been living there. We occupied the house without power and water. There's a big history, how we lived with generator, and how we cooked, how we drew water from the sump, because luckily we made a sump. So the tractor used to come and fill up the sump, and from the sump you have to draw water. And since I was so much used to drawing water from the well at Tata's place, Tata used to tell me, முடியுமா சின்ன பக்கெட்டை போட்டு நல்லா முள்ள முள்ள இப்படி இப்படி இழு. So as a 10-year-old child, my Tata taught how to draw water from the well. So it was easy for me to take that pulley and with water, and with that we can you imagine, with water management, we grew all the trees there. By the time we got power and water, we had a bore, but we couldn't afford we could, the KEB never allowed us to, they never gave us power because it was a remote area. No other poles. To take a pole, we need to spend around 3-4 lakhs. So we said, let us wait. That's all bribing. Anyway, leave that politics, let us not get into, controversy I don't want in Swami's channel. Anyway, so then, I was a little upset. As you know, I was enjoying every dog which comes up boarding, and I learned each breed, different breeds, their characteristics, and mind you, all the dogs, 90% of the dogs who came home for boarding purposes were all on non-vegetarian diet. But I made it very clear, this is Sai Baba's kennels, we are Iers, and we don't believe in eating, bringing dead animal home and cook it again and give it to somebody. We don't believe in it, and we will not. So I will not tell lie before, like this is my kennel. This is Swami's kennel. You want your pet to be looked after by me. If you're particular that I should look after your pet, this is the terms and conditions. I'll give them ragi kanji with eggs in the morning. Eggs, of course, you have to give because it's a must. And I had a separate place to cook their food. Rice with lot of vegetables, and they'll get soya chunks, and they'll get chapati, and curd rice. If it is summer, they'll get lot of like beaten curds. We call it more tani, more vellam. We call it more tani. More. So, and when they all left from the boarding places, the owners used to call and ask me, Radhika, they're all very nice, they're looking so shiny and glowy, what did you do for their coat? Nothing. See, my question was, if a Brahmin can live and do many, many work, laborious process of work without eating a non-vegetarian, everybody can do it. That is my logic. Anyways, so Swami said, be prepared. The property is going to be for sale. And don't worry, there's no need for you to put an ad. The person will come on his own to buy the property. And so everybody coming near the gate, I get, oh my God, maybe this person has come for purpose of buying the property. Everybody coming at the gate, you feel like that. And yes, of course, many people came, brokers approached us, like, we want to buy the property, we heard that you're selling the property, blah, blah, I don't know who told. And suddenly somebody came and said, we are going to buy the property. And in a jiffy, the property was sold, and we bought a property at Raikote. The same way, as I told, the heat was too much in Raikote, Tamil Nadu. I couldn't bear the heat, and the dogs were struggling. Even though it was so airy, the heat was too much. The only time we can enjoy is from December to January. That's all. Otherwise, it's so hot, And dogs were all like kind of, they drink more water than food. And one cooler this side, one cooler this side, nothing works. And UPS was brought, and with UPS the power was going, and nothing was helping. And then suddenly one day Swami said, don't worry, this property is also going to be sold. But he had told me when I was moving from Bangalore, Swami told me, now you are going to a place there you are going to suffer for 5 years. No health issues, no other things, but it will be great suffering. Absolutely, I suffered because of the heat. Here also in Hosur, see my body, my face is full of small, like it looks like as a measles, It's so hot here, my body cannot take the heat. Even my dogs here, they're suffering. So again, I'm looking up at Swami, because Swami is the only source where I can tell Swami, what do I do now? Because Swami knows that I will not do injustice to my animals or my plants which I've already brought here. So, and then again, one day at Raikotai, Swami came to my dream and told me, one Vidya will come and buy your property. I said, Vidya? Who is Vidya? And through our group, so many people, agriculture group, we are all doing the agriculture group. We are creating awareness to grow organic vegetables to ward off this cancer and tumor and unwanted health issues to all the families. We are trying our level best. So we as group are working on that. So, so Karnataka group, so many people said, oh, I will send somebody, they want to buy a property, they're looking for a property, or blah, 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 so many things. And every time they come, the name is not that. So, my husband is not that, interested in Swami. He's not, so he said, why are you thinking like that? Maybe you must have had a dream. I said, no, it's not a dream. Swami told me Vidya will buy. But all these people are coming, they're not Vidya, they're some other name. And I said, Srinivas, I don't think this lady will buy. Srinivas, I think this person will not buy. So why are you doing this? Why are you talking negative? I said, I'm not talking negative. This is not the person whom Swami told. Swami told me specifically Vidya will buy your property. No signs of any Vidya coming and going, no signs of any Vidya. Finished. So, suddenly, one day, Krishi Vijnana Kendra, Payu Research Center, a professor whom I approached to buy the Raikota property, that professor called me, that professor's head of the department. He called me and asked me, "Hello, Radhika, how are you? How are you doing? What have you planted? What are your plans? Because I know wherever you go, you create greenery. So what have you done?" I said, "Nothing. Nothing is happening." He's a doctor. I mean, agriculture. So I said, "Doctor, no, nothing is happening because first of all, the heat is too much. My dogs are not able to take it." Mm. And my husband says, "This is not the place for us. Anyway, we invested, so let us move." See, people may tease. "Oh, she went there, from there, she went there, from there, she went there." It's okay. Let them, Swami says, let them tease. Let them tease. You are listening to Swami. You are listening to Swami. They don't know what Swami is, who Swami is. You don't listen to all the people who are talking. And once he told me, "Now talk back." Till now you're hearing, now you talk back. So I used to talk back in the sense I should tell them, "See, you all go to several hospitals and spend so much of money, lakhs and lakhs of money for your ailments. Here, I am shifting a place which is not correct for my health, not health, for the heat. No health issues, that should no health issues." So anyway, so this went on, and suddenly this when this professor called up and asked me, I said, "No, sir, like we are thinking of disposing it and going, because my husband is not at all happy here. He says his time is not getting, he doesn't have any kind of passion. So wherever he goes, he feels he's left out. He doesn't have any passion in his life other than reading books." My God, then I said, "Yeah, yeah, sir. Oh, I thought, enama." He said, "Enama, நான் நினச்சேன் நீ அங்கே வந்துட்டா பூந்து விளையாடிடுவே, எனக்கு தெரியுமே உன்னை. நீ வந்து எந்த இடத்துல போனாலும் நீ யூ கிரியேட் greenery and Vadivelu always says, madam like creates greenery everywhere. She's a, like she's a person who love nature." "என்னம்மா என்னாச்சு?" "இல்லை டாக்டர், இப்படி ஹஸ்பண்டுக்கு ஒத்துக்க மாட்டேங்குது. ஸோ we are planning to dispose and go back to Karnataka. That's what we are planning, or take a house in Hosur for rent and stay there, and then look out for a property in Karnataka, because ever since when we sold the Horamavu property 7 years ago, there was a rule that only an agriculturist family can buy a piece of land in Karnataka. But Tamil Nadu never did not have that thing, so that's the reason we opted for Tamil Nadu. Anyway, so that's all. Then it just both of us forgot about that matter. He said, "Okay, ma, no issues. All the best. Hope you find a nice person. Beautiful land, but I hope you find a nice person." I said, "It's okay. Because he is a Christian, so he will not understand if I say something about Swami. So I don't tell people who will not believe about his messages, visions, dreams. Swami standing next to you, and all. You go and tell people, they say I'm mad. So I don't talk to anybody about this. Only people who can understand." And Swami always says, to understand Swami, they should not be in the LKG. They should come up. Only when you come up, see, suppose you want to climb up the stairs, you have to climb 1, 2, 3, 4, then only you can reach there, right? So people who do not want to grow spiritually will always criticize. Can you believe? That was again Ganesh Chaturthi day. I finished all the pujas, and in my house, my mother always told every puja should be done before the sun, before 11:30. That's the way you have to do the puja. So in our houses, normally it will be early morning. All the puja will be over. All the naivedyam and everything will be over, and we are all free. We don't go on hanging on to the Sunday. I told you, like that, nothing. So everything will be over by very early. All will be naivedyanam. Everything will be over. So I just finished everything, and my husband was having all the kodakatte and all, and then I'm getting a call. Uh, the call says, "Hello, madam. I'm Vidya calling." I said, "Which Vidya?" Look at that. That time also it didn't strike. Okay, which Vidya? So she's telling, "Ma'am, you forgot me so fast. Um, Payu Research Center. You used to call me from Bangalore about your mango." She's a horticulture professor. Used to talk about your mango trees and this and that. I used to clear all the doubts over the phone. "Do you remember?" I said, "Yeah, yes. Oh, you have come to Rayakotai? I didn't even know that Vadivel sir told me that you have come to Rayakotai." I said, "Yeah. We are here for the last 4 years." ஐயோ மேடம், பார்க்கவே இல்லையே உங்களை. ஸோ நான் வரலாமா? I said, why ma? Come, va ma, va. She's also here. Va ma, I told. So she and her husband came and I told them, like, okay, payasam பண்ணிருக்கேன் எடுத்துக்கிறேன். எடுத்துக்கிறேன் மாமா, எடுத்துக்கிறேன் madam. So she ate the payasam, her husband also ate the payasam. And then and she went and see all my grow back cultivation. She said, my God, என்ன மேடம் இங்கேயே இந்த கால் ஏக்கருக்குள்ளேயே நீங்கள் அப்படியே என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கீங்க? நீங்கள் எவ்வளோ காய்கறி வளர்ச்சிட்டு இருக்கீங்க? அவ்வளோ ஹேட்ஸ் ஆஃப் மேடம். ஒண்டியா இவ்வளோ வேலை பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா ஹேட்ஸ் ஆஃப் மேடம், ஹேட்ஸ் ஆஃப். ஐ டோல்ட், ஒண்டி இல்லாமல் வெயிட் ஐ கான்ட் லிஃப்ட். Ever since my hysterectomy, I can't lift the weight. So Rani used to lift the weight for me. She's my weight lifter. I used to call her my weight lifter. Grow bags I will fill and she will lift and put it wherever I want it. So I said, no, Rani, you should always give credit to people who do it. So I said, Rani used to. And I called up Rani. She also came and she spoke. And we were just casually talking. Then that evening, she had a cup of tea. And then she said, Madam, ungal ladder na vaangikittuma. For a minute, I was shocked. I said, what? Are you joking? Illa, madam. Nijamave. Ungal ladder na vaangikittuma. Yes, Vidya. Yeah. Then I recollected. I said, Vidya, 6 months ago, Swami told me, Vidya will come and buy your property. So, friends, relatives who all watch this channel, remember, when Swami give you a word, it is a word. And don't ask when this will happen. Why I never question. Of course, there are times when I also become so low and I go up to Swami and says, what Swami is this? What is this, Swami? It's just natural because he's my mother. He's my mother. I can talk to my mother. So he knows what I am. I know what he is to me. So that is how that Rayakote property was purchased by Vidya of Horticulture Department from Payur KV Krishi Vijnana Kendra, Payur Research Center. This is what Swami. So there's a lot of difference between surrendering and being in ritual life and being in spiritual life. So to reach spirituality, one has to surrender. Sai Ram.